How to Become an Audio Engineer, brought to you by JobSearchChannel.com.
What's going on today, you guys? Today I want to talk to you about the question, how to become a music producer. I've been learning about music production for over 10 years now, throughout high school and throughout college. I got started because music has always been a really huge passion of mine. I started off as a singer and guitarist, playing in different bands, doing, small tours here and there across the country. And I wanted to kind of get in on the other side and see what production was all about. I always saw people producing, people making music for others, and I thought it looked like a lot of fun. So I wanted to, hop in and see what that was all about, especially because it can be a lot more lucrative than trying to tour around the country in a band. I currently work as a producer and composer at a sync music studio out here in LA. I've been doing that full time for about 2 years now. So the journey paid off, and I kind of want to share my experience with you so that you can hopefully create an experience for yourself. You might want to know the answer to the question of how to become a music producer because you love music, but you aren't sure where to start when making it. You might have your own musical ideas that you want to share with the world. You might want to work with some other talented artists that you know out there, whether they're larger artists in the community or maybe people that are your friends that you think are really talented. The reason as to why a lot of people want to become music producers varies, but it's mostly because they love music, and that's kind of why I started, and that's why most people start. So, there you go. In my experience, there are definitely a few things that you need to start with. First, you want to get yourself some equipment. One of the first things I recommend anyone get is a DAW, otherwise known as a digital audio workstation. DAWs range from Pro Tools to Ableton to Cubase to Reaper to FL Studio. There are hundreds of them out there at this point. And I don't think that you should ever let anyone tell you which one you need to be a professional music producer. I myself started on Ableton, worked my way through Logic, and now I mainly work in Pro Tools, as you can see. I love Pro Tools. It just works for me. And I would suggest that whatever works for you, roll with it. Go online, go to their different websites, see if you can download some free trials and just test them out. Test the waters. Look at the interfaces. Do they look nice? Do they inspire you to create? That's what it's all about, is feeling inspired and having a workflow that feels right for you. I would also recommend, second, getting yourself a pair of either mixing headphones, and I say mixing because there's a difference between professional and consumer style headphones. So headphones that are more geared towards mixing, or a pair of studio monitors that are geared towards mixing. And those, again, when I say studio monitors, I mean actual studio monitors that are meant for mixing and producing, not consumer speakers. These are going to be for recording, for mixing, for producing, for monitoring the sound, for monitoring playback, really everything. You're going to need a good pair of monitors or headphones to hear your music back. As simple as that. Thirdly, you want to get yourself a MIDI keyboard. Now, some of you out there are probably guitarists. Maybe some of you out there are just singers. But when you're producing, you're most likely going to be producing for other people and working with virtual software instruments. So I think it's very important that you get yourself a MIDI keyboard. And that way you'll be as versatile as you can possibly be with the styles of music you want to create. Regardless of if you make EDM, hip-hop, pop, country, whatever, getting yourself a MIDI keyboard allows you to work more efficiently in your DAW and, just make use of all the instruments possible. In terms of actually learning, go on YouTube. YouTube is one of the best places to learn about audio production. I went to school for audio production. I learned more on YouTube and just working than I did, I think, in my few years there. Just because, it really has all the answers to all the questions you could possibly need. So don't think that you need to pay thousands of dollars to go to school. It's always helpful. Of course, you'll meet people, and that's the most important thing. But if you're really just looking to learn, YouTube has some really awesome resources that I would highly recommend. So yeah, that's it. Just start making music. Go online, get creative, look up some of your favorite music producers, see what they're doing, see what they're using, try and emulate them. There's no shame in emulating, especially when you're just starting out. So you'll eventually get there, and hopefully maybe start seeing some money come from it. That's all. If you guys have any questions, any further questions about how to become a music producer, please feel free to follow the link in the comments and in the description, and ask us or get in touch with us. Thank you guys so much. Take it easy.